What's up, everybody? Look at that. I already got two. What's up, y'all? What's up, Richard? What's up, short boy? Make sure everything working. What's up? Can y'all hear me all right? Is the fan too loud? Let me know if the fan's too loud or anything. Dang, it's blowing up. The volume's good. Appreciate that, Chris. We just gonna give it a few minutes to let it crank up a little bit before we pop off. And put y'all on Instagram right quick. We got the live cranking up. Look at all them names. We've been on here for a minute. Yeah. Appreciate you, Evolve. Dang, it's going up. I'm doing good today. How y'all doing? I had an interview set up for today with my brother. We did time at Lancaster together in B dorm in the wildest dorm, but he got off work a little bit late today. So we're gonna try to handle that tomorrow. Do that interview. I'm gonna pop that interview out there for y'all. I actually had somebody hit me up yesterday that I haven't spoken to in a long time. We have we've been rocking together since like high school. You know what I mean? It's somebody that mean a lot to me. Appreciate you, Jacob. But we spoke yesterday out of the blue. He reached out to me. I guess he had saw my videos, and I'm gonna be bringing him on here too. This kid is one of the toughest kids I knew from high school. One of the hottest bumping kids, like super solid. And he saved me in a situation. You know what I mean? I can't get into too much details on the specific situation, but this is somebody that's always had my back, and he's a perfect example to show y'all. This is someone that's got, so much hot, and he's doing great right now. Doing amazing right now. Turned his whole life around after getting out of prison, working 40 to 50 hours. I'm gonna also be interviewing him. But the dude tomorrow, my brother that I got tomorrow that I'm gonna try to get that interview with, savage, straight savage. And he cranking up right now too. He's doing good on the streets too, working and everything. So I got some interviews for y'all lined up. I told y'all I'm in contact with everyone. It's just a matter of, making sure they're comfortable with coming on and giving them the time to, adjust and everything and get situated. West Tampa in this bit. That's what's up. Appreciate you, Gabe. Appreciate you, Kyle. But yeah, so we're gonna rock out and do another Q&A. We could speak on whatever y'all want to speak on. Just start shooting them questions to me. Let me know what y'all want to know. And this ain't. I heard somebody. I seen somebody make a comment on the live after it ended. I'm not answering just questions that people send money. Most people that send a donation, they just send in the donation. They don't even ask anything. I'm busting through as many questions as I can catch because they're going pretty fast. So appreciate you, Austin. Let's see. How did I get into the legal grow business? So I'm not officially in the legal grow business. What I was doing is I was working inside of a smoke shop where we gifted marijuana products. So in the state of Massachusetts, growing is recreational. Anybody can grow. It's not, you know what I mean? You can have 6 plants flowering, 6 plants in vegetation. So I've just been growing personal just for me, you know what I mean? But the store that I was working at, we couldn't sell THC products, but there was a loophole. And what we did is we gifted. Vondell, appreciate you, bro. So how that worked is, say you wanted to get like a THC cartridge, you buy a pen for $40, and it came with the cartridge. If you wanted to buy a pre-roll joint, you'd buy a case and it would come with a pre-roll joint. So we were doing that for a little bit. So I never officially got into it because for medicinal marijuana, you know what I mean, to work in a medical dispensary, you can't have a record. They're real strict about that. Versus now we're starting to get the recreational side of things, and with recreation, anybody can work. So if I'm going to be able to actually get into the business, it's going to be through working with a recreational dispensary, because you can't sell your own product. What was that booked for? You got to watch my videos, bro. I tell everybody the whole story. You gotta watch the original video on Lockdown 23-in-1, the part 1. Hey, big shout out Austin, Texas. Appreciate you, Gabe. Do I have booty bandit stories? Why would you want to hear that? That's not nothing worth talking about. Do I prefer Mass or Florida? It's tough to say. So like I say they both have their perks. Massachusetts, I love the seasons. I love how the people in Massachusetts are very, very, proud to be from here. When I was growing up, every one of the teams we had was winning everything, whether it was the Red Sox, the Patriots, the South, everybody was winning. Versus when I moved to Florida, all the teams sucked. The Bucks sucked. Everything sucked. But, like, I like the seasons. I like how the whole city gets into it. Like, the lights and everything will be up versus Florida. It's just hot. It's hot as hell year round. You know what I mean? But I loved Florida too. I love the fact that it didn't get cold. I didn't really like the cold, even though I like winter. They got their perks, you know what I mean? Hey, Kevin Leon. Hey, if you want to hit me up on my Instagram, if you got something you want to speak on in private, hit me up on my Instagram. It's at 1090_Jake. Appreciate you, Austin. Orlando. Yeah, so TK, like I said, I'm making sure he's comfortable with everything before he, you know what I mean? I know a lot of y'all want to see TK. Y'all just got to keep in mind he did do 10 years, you know what I'm saying? That's not easy for anybody. And eventually, the support is helping him. I actually spoke with him earlier today, you know what I mean? The support, it feels good. It feels good for me. It feels good to him. It feels good knowing that there's people that actually care to hear these stories and, in a sense, help us get through what we get through. Because when you get out of prison, it's not over with. Everything sticks with you mentally, you know what I mean? You got the physical scars. So it's just a process. But hey, if y'all want to, if y'all really want to see him, just keep sending them messages on Instagram. Keep letting them know you guys support him. You can't wait to see him. You know what I mean? He's a good dude, and I can't wait to introduce that side of him to y'all, since y'all have only really seen him through pictures. This is an 8mm Cuban link. Nah, there ain't no pendant on this. It's an 8mm Cuban link. How can you send me clothes from your brand? Let me see whose name that was. Neo Camacho, hit me up on Instagram, bro. It should be in the description of this too. Shoon, man, appreciate you, dog. Where can y'all donate? I guess they do it on this, but I also do have a PayPal, which will also be in the description. Yeah, I still watch all the Death's vids. I watch all of them. Everything he drop, I watch it. I'm in tune with everything. The new show that I'm watching now, let me show y'all this one. This is who y'all need to tune into right here. Awesome, 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 dude. I want to make sure y'all can see that name. Let the camera sit on it. I don't know if the camera can do it. But he's been, there we go. Y'all got to go subscribe to him. Awesome, awesome, dude. He was on Deaths recently. Do I watch Felony Muscle? That's the dude from I think he was on Death's channel, right? From Massachusetts. I briefly saw something that he had on Death's channel, but nah, I never really got into it like that. I only watched that. Yeah, he good, huh? I love hearing about California because it sounds like a whole nother world compared to Florida. Felony Muscle is good. I think he's from Massachusetts. I don't know where he was at. From what I've been told by everybody I know that's done time out here, Shirley Max is like really the only spot where it's going down like that as far as like the violence and all that. But from what I heard, like prisons up here are pretty like they're chill, you know what I mean? They're not wild. Versus if you go to Florida, damn near every compound is wild. Gary Hood, big shout out to you, big bro. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, the Wahlburgers are from Dorchester, so they actually live like 2 minutes away from where I live at right now. Crystal, I appreciate you. Neil, where you at in Roxbury? I live, if I take 5 steps to the right, I'm in Roxbury. I'm on the Dorchester-Roxbury line. So I'm like right, you know what I mean? Neil, you off Dudley? What? Where? You might have to hit me up on Instagram, bro. Oh, you right by Ideals? I'm right by the... Hey, you got to hit me up on Instagram, bro. We damn near neighbors for real, bro. I used to work at Backwoods, bro. I know everybody in there. Felix, all them, bro. He said Ideals. Them big-ass subs. That's what's up. You literally stay right down the street from me. Hell yeah, you got to hit me, bro. Hit me up on Instagram, bro. That's crazy. At what age does a sensible person leave a gang? I like that question. I would say that if you are already in a gang, my viewpoint on that is not to leave, because I feel the younger generation, especially those that are already in gangs. Hey, shout out Levi, man. Shout out Levi from high school, bro. Shout out Levi. I would say that if you're already in a gang, the best way to reach gang members, to reach the youth or those that want to be a gang member, is by still being a gang member itself. You can bang in a different manner. You know what I mean? If an ex-gang member stepped to me when I was a kid, I probably wouldn't listen because he's a... If Nipsey Hussle stepped to me as a kid, I would be so shocked and amazed I wouldn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're in a gang doesn't mean you're partaking in negative activity. We got to break that whole stereotype and turn these into positive movements, which is why they were created in the first place. Appreciate you, Crystal. I don't even see the stupid questions, so it don't even matter. My eyes just scan whatever's real, whatever fake it get thrown out. Iron Man dies in the ocean, bro. I didn't even see the movie yet, bro. You for real? Come on. I gotta block you. Bricklayers, that's a tough job. That's a respectable job too. Hard work. Jem Barbie, appreciate you. You did time at Lancaster? Yeah, Lancaster a hellhole. This all shut down now though. They got adults at Lancaster, so it ain't even that bad now. Nah. Most of the COs all got arrested too. And these questions. Somebody had told me that there's a way to slow down the questions. I don't think I listened though. And I still don't know how to give wrenches and all that. So y'all just gotta rock with me how we gotta rock. You feel me? What's the hardest prison in Florida? I don't think you can say that because you got people dying at literally like every compound. We have so many wild prisons. You can't just narrow it down to one. You got bodies dropping at every single one. I had looked it up. It was like 430 people died in 2017 in Florida State Prison. It's breaking records. This year's supposed to break the record again. It's wild. Slow mode in the settings. Bet. So I got the little settings buttons right here, but it doesn't say settings. It just says participants. We'll figure it out. Have I been shot at before? Hell yeah. Corey Bradford, I appreciate you, bro. Why don't the inmates all get together and take over a compound? Because multiple people are going to die and nothing positive comes from that. If they want to do something positive, if they want to do something that's going to actually mean something in the long run, the best thing to do would be for all members and all nations and all religions inside of a prison to unite. Because once they unite, the Department of Corrections has no excuse as to why the prisons are bad except for their own fault. You can't blame the inmates. Once the inmates are united and no one's getting in trouble and no one's killing each other, the only people you can focus on is now the correctional staff, is now the state, the government, etc. So if y'all want to make a movement, taking over a prison does nothing but get you more time. Have I ever felt bad for beating someone up? Hell yeah, because there's a lot of people I didn't even want to fight, but there's a lot of situations you just have to do what you have to do. I never even liked fighting like that. I'll slap box my boys and all that for fun, but as far as like what we had to do in there, I've been out since 2015. Do I get nightmares daily? Nah. When I was in prison, I stopped dreaming for a while, and then I started to have prison dreams. So I would have dreams I was on the street, but in my dreams, there would be a fence. Or I would be at a mall, but there would be COs in the mall. It was very weird. It was something I never really figured out why it happened, but I would have dreams I was on the street, but there would be something involving prison incorporated with it, either wearing uniforms or whatever. Xavier, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Arizona, 602. What's the best way to survive prison if you're not in a gang? You need to stand on your own. You cannot take anything. You cannot tolerate anything from anybody. You need to stay away from gangs, gays, gambling, all that. Loud Stars, I appreciate you. I don't really believe in dropping out. I don't believe dropping out will have an effect on my daughter. I believe that if I can set a better example as an active gang member, that'll have more of a positive impact. And also because I am this, I am everything that I present to y'all, my daughter's not going to have an interest in seeking. Mr. Raw Gamer, two soups. Appreciate you, bruh. What weight did I box at? I never actually officially boxed. I never got my hands registered because you catch felonies if you beat someone up on the street. Kyle Hand, bet that up, bro. I just used to spar inside of the gym. So whatever I weighed in the gym at that time, but I didn't really go by weight. I was always a big kid. So I would generally box the guys that were, you know, a little bit older than me and big. Golden State Warriors, the Toronto Raptors. I'm not even into basketball, to be honest with you, bro. Explain the medical side of prison. What do you mean, Levi? Like, what about the medical side? I'm going to wait until your comment come back up. Levi, don't tell me you walked away right after I read what you said, bro. I'm gonna have to DM you. I told y'all I got people from high school that's on here that's rocking with me. Y'all need to ask them questions if y'all want to ask. Y'all be asking me the crazy questions. Ask Levi. He right there. R.I.P. Young Pappy. That's real. All right. As far as how the inmates are treated, so in medical, generally you're treated horribly. You're dealing with nurses. The one thing that I missed the most. Hey, shout out to Baltimore. I appreciate you, Victor. The one thing I missed the most when I was in prison was when you walk into a Walmart or when you walk into a grocery store, whatever it is, and someone smiles at you and says hi. That little small thing, you know what I mean? And I still appreciate that to this day. Anybody that, you know, just extends that friendliness like that, I appreciate that to this day, because in prison, the nurses are just as cold-hearted as the gods. It's not necessarily their fault. You have a ton of inmates that will go out of their way to disrespect them, you know, might expose themselves. There's all different types of things and situations that happen, but you have to understand. Look at tow truck drivers. Have you ever met a happy tow truck driver? No. Why? Because no one's happy to see that man. When he pulls up, everybody's looking like, you're not touching my car. You know what I'm saying? So with these COs and nurses and everyone that works inside of a prison, none of them are happy to be there because none of the inmates are happy to see them. So medical staff is already very standoffish towards you. On top of that, they really don't treat you like that. I've met a couple of nice nurses. Most nurses, if they watch an inmate get beat, they're not going to say anything. And the nurses that do say something, they end up getting fired, taken out of there. It says alive. A-L-I-V-E. Paulie, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Bronx. Yeah, there's a lot of GDs in Florida, but they don't have a good name inside of the prison system. You have a select few that are solid, just like in any other organization, but the GDs don't have a good name inside of Florida State Prison, and they don't run any of the compounds either. They're not that deep. How tall am I? I'm like 6'1". Everybody says I look short when I'm on live. I don't know why. What do you do if you know you're about to be jumped and you can't get a weapon and have no one to help? What I would do if I know I'm going to be jumped is I'm just picking one of you, because all of you are going to whoop me, but I'm going to be able to say I whooped him, period. Did I have any COs in my back pocket? I had a couple of female COs. I had some male COs too that used to, you know, let me know people's charges and things like that. I'd be able to check your resume. I had some COs that if they seen me with something I wasn't supposed to have, they wouldn't say anything. I had a female CO that was busting me cigarettes. She would give me bleach so I can clean my room. I could dye my uniform different colors. If a tattoo machine was recovered, she would give it to me, and I'd be able to give it back to bro, and he'd usually throw me something just for looking out for him. Last in the 84, I appreciate you, man. Shout out Toronto. But yeah, so like if she recovered a knife, she would give me the knife, and now I gotta, you know what I mean? Like she would hook me up with everything. So when she used to go home, I used to get on the prison phone, do a three-way, and I'd be talking to the CO after she got off work, and I'd be, you know, speaking in code in a sense, in telling her what to bring the next day. You know what I'm saying? How do you dye your uniform? So you take the sink, you clog up the sink, and you just basically pour bleach into the sink, and you take your uniform and drop it into the bleach. There's a specific way you got to do it. I'm not going to put it out there. I learned from my big brother Goo. Shout out to Goo. Only a few people know how to do it correctly. And when you do it correctly, you can get purple uniforms, green uniforms. Normally, we only have blue. If you're caught in a uniform by the sergeant at laundry, he might take you down to laundry and beat you and take the uniform and put you in confinement. But we had the freshest uniforms in there. Is it Saneed MC? I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but I appreciate you. I never smashed any of the COs. Nah, I had one CO call me out, but he wasn't like official. Like, you could tell he was trying to act hard. I felt that if we fought, he was still going to put me in confinement, in which I would have got a crazy amount of time in confinement because I would have had a charge against the CO. So he got on my face, but he didn't touch me or nothing like that. Getting euros now. I know, right? I don't even know what to do with that. K-Frog, real, bro. A lot of y'all hating on K-Frog. I've seen it even on his comments. I pray none of y'all have to go to Florida State Prison, but try to do what he did. White boys weren't walking around with phones. White boys don't normally have knives like that. The fact that he was living like that inside of there speaks volumes. You know, someone said something about him saying the N-word. When you associate with certain people from a certain culture, especially in Florida, being that it's such a mixed place, a lot of people don't hate on, you know, certain words like that. You'll hear cracker a lot, and white people, they're not tripping off that. You know what I mean? So when you associate more with black people and they're not worried about you saying things like that, you'll speak like that. You know what I mean? Now, for y'all that haven't witnessed that and seen that, he was talking like that inside of prison. At points in times, I was too, around my people. Now, Bloods will be around each other and talk a certain lingo. Crips will be around each other and talk a certain lingo. I keep my lingo specifically to the people that I'm around out of respect for myself and the people around me. If you go around other gang members and you're spitting blood lingo, you might have an issue because of something you just said. Same thing when you're just, you know, saying the N-word or whatever. You have to, if you talk a certain way around your people, you should really contain that to your people. But the fact that he was doing what he was doing inside of prison, ain't nothing fake about him. If I had a chance to do it all over, I would do it the same exact way I did, because that's what got me to the position I'm in now. If things were differently, I might not have learned something. I might have got killed. Things could have played out totally differently. So I wouldn't really change anything. I never saw Solo again or heard from him again. I looked him up. I didn't never remember his actual like real name, his government name, but I never found him again. So like when you go on the Florida DOC website, you can search inmates even by their nickname. So if you know someone's nickname and someone's nickname is Dollar and you type in Dollar where it says last name, it'll bring up all the inmates nicknamed Dollar. But I don't think he went to state prison. I think he beat that charge, and he had came from the feds anyway. The feds, you can't look up nicknames like that. How do you DM on Instagram? It's a little button. It's that little button in the top corner. If y'all can see that. Is that even the right corner? Right over here. Hey, shout out to Cleveland. Nah, I never had any sexual relations with a CO. I wasn't willing to risk that. I didn't have much time. You know what I mean? So I was more focused on securing the bag and making sure my brothers that are doing crazy amounts of time had enough to eat, smoke, relax, and chill. I wasn't worried about trying to hook up with them. You know what I mean? Nah, that's not my girl. That's just some random girl on Instagram. I don't even. Yeah, so I didn't see an escape, but so our windows are like this big, and there's a metal bar that goes through it. These guys took a metal wire off the metal trash can on the rec yard, brought the wire back into their room, scraped the plexiglass until they could get the wire around that metal piece, and then just went back and forth with it. Broke out the metal piece, had everything ready to leave. They had extra uniforms that they were going to throw over the barbed wire to get over the fence. They messed up because they started asking other people, hey, do you want to come with us? Do you want to come with us? Somebody eventually told. When you try to escape, you get like a mandatory 5 years added to your sentence, and you go CM. So yeah, if they had just stayed to themselves, there's a good chance they could have got out. But I think it's a 6 foot. It's either 6 foot or 10 foot law where if you get that close to a fence, they can legally shoot you. And that's it. When I got to Sumter, they actually had a uniform. Hercules, appreciate you, bro. On death row, what's your last meal? I think you get the pick. And in Florida, your ass getting the needle. I'm not going out on death row. If I was in death row, you're not taking me out of my cell. I don't know how the hell they'd be walking all willingly. Hell no. Y'all got to make me. But they had a shirt that was still in the barbed wire. It looked super, super old and raggedy. You couldn't even tell it was a shirt. Supposedly, they left it there from an inmate that tried to escape. He got stuck in the barbed wire and they shot him. If you escape from a Florida prison, everybody in the whole town is going to get their dogs and shotguns and go looking for you. And there's no giving up. If you give up, they're going to just kill you and say that you attacked them. Yeah, so a lot of Florida cities will beef. In juvenile, like Tampa and Orlando will beef. Miami and Broward will beef. Cities like that. When you go to prison, it's pretty much the same thing, except like usually Miami, Broward, and West Palm, they'll link up. That's what DSG is, Down South Gangsters. Philly's Ace, appreciate you, bro. But yeah, Tampa will beef with Orlando, Tampa will beef with St. Pete. The cities that are next to each other will get into it. But yeah, Bounce Back B escaped. That's a wild story. And he got real, real lucky. Because they wanted to kill him, but that sheriff didn't let the staff members get to him. Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville link up. No, they don't. Tampa and Jacksonville link up, specifically cutthroats, not even Jacksonville as a city, because Jacksonville got more gangs than just cutthroats. You got Cutthroat, 21 Gun, you got Bloods out of Jacksonville, everything. My brother that I'm going to bring on here, I'm going to try to interview tomorrow, he's from Jacksonville. But normally, like, you would have MPI, which was Tampa, you would have Jacksonville, which was Cutthroats, and Bloods would be together. You would have OnNet, which is St. Pete, which is Orlando. They might collab. You know what I mean? Being a parent is the best feeling in the world. I love it. Appreciate you, Trevor. Shout out to the Bay Area. What's the most valuable item to have or sell in the pen? Probably cigarettes, bro. I mean, they're not legal anymore. You can't get them inside of prison, but everybody wants them. So if you can get them, that's a hot commodity. They used to have electric shavers on Canteen. They were like $50, and that's what you would use to make a tattoo gun. They took the electric shavers off of Canteen, and all of a sudden, if you were buying one off the inmate, it turned into $100. People were getting robbed and stabbed for them just because you knew if I could get my hands on that, that's $100. Or you give that to a tattoo man, he's going to tat your whole body up for free. So they call that a billboard. Like when you're someone's billboard, they're going to tat you all the way up, and then you get to show everybody their work, and you just get tatted up for free. I never heard of FMG from St. Pete. The prison value of a cigarette, one cigarette is $10. So $200 for a pack. You can break down a cigarette into 6 pieces. It'd be $2 a piece. As a kid, what did I want to be? I wanted to be Indiana Jones. I wanted to be an archaeologist. Nah, I don't know. I don't think I know anybody from Riviera Beach. Do I have prison tats? Yeah, you got to watch the live from the other day. This is from prison. My whole hand and fingers are from prison. Inside of my arm is from prison. Who wrote you in prison? Barely anybody. My grandmother wrote me. My aunt wrote me. As far as like friends and all that, nah. Females, nope. What percent of guards are corrupted? I would say all guards are corrupted, because even though if you're not the problem, if you're not working towards solving the problem, you're part of the problem, bro. If you're not beating inmates, but you turn the blind eye when he does, you're part of the problem. Yeah, Pompano get it in. Hell yeah. My brother Goo from Pompano. Hey, shout out to White Boy. Daniel Shapiro, I appreciate you. I'm trying to be the voice for the ones locked down, because when you get locked down, you literally don't have a voice anymore, bro. And you know what's messed up? People that get cell phones inside of prisons and try to show y'all the realities of it, that gets used against them. They're going to say, oh, why are we going to free him? He's breaking the rules. He's got a phone in prison. He shouldn't be freed. Even though, like, think about that, bro. You got someone that's been in there for a certain amount of time. The only reason they're holding them back is because like not using the phone to escape and break drugs, and he's using the phone to expose what's going on inside of prison, to show y'all he shouldn't even be there in the first place. Aryans aren't in Florida. There was a thing saying Aryans got arrested in Pasco County or something like that. They must have came from somewhere else, because Aryan Brotherhood is not in Florida. It's not in the prisons. Yeah, that's the GTA 5 logo on my neck. I don't know if prison's worse in California or Florida, because everybody has a different perspective. I'm a white blood. I might get whacked in California within, you know, my first 5 minutes on the yard. So I can't speak on how it's over there. I know I prospered in Florida, and you got some people in Cali that probably wouldn't prosper in Florida because the politics don't run the same way over here. You know what I mean? It's a different ball game, so I can't really compare the two. Nah, I've never seen someone end their bid and then get planted or something like that. I've seen someone that got out after doing, I think it was like 18 months, got out from the prison I was at, and a month later came back, and he got put into my dorm. He was in a different dorm. And I asked him, I'm like, bro, why are you, what happened? The man got out and robbed somebody, kind of like the same way people were getting robbed. And, you know, so when you go to prison, you get into that, carries out onto the streets with you. You start robbing people in prison, you get out of prison, you see somebody with a Cuban link, you think they're soft, you're going to take it. He went and robbed the kid, and he got 25 years mandatory right after that. Daniel Shapiro, I appreciate you, bro. Are you sure you meant to send that? You might have only meant to send 5 and it was an accident. Let me know. I'll shoot it back. I appreciate you, dog. But yeah, he had just got out 18 months and came back with 25 mandatory. And I'm looking at him like, you got to be the stupidest person I know. Dumb, caught 25 years and just ended your life. You're going to be one of these prison superstars talking about how many people they stabbed and all that, because that's all you have to hold on to now is your prison reputation. You never hit in the streets again. And, you know, a big thing for me was getting out and having a child, because I met someone in prison that his biggest goal was to get with a CO to have a child, because he had multiple life sentences and he didn't want his bloodline to end with him. And I'm going to get into that in the future in some more stories, but Yeah, man, he played. He got out robbed. Somebody got 25 man. It's all good, bro. You don't have to shoot money, bro. It's enough for you just being here, bro. Kevin Leon specifically, bro. It's enough for you just being here, bro. Respect. What's my hood called? What do you mean? What's my hood called? What hood? I done moved around so much in my life. I never stayed on one block like that. Robert Perez, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Norma, if you want to break it off because you genuinely just don't want to be with him anymore and you feel that, you know, you rode out with him just out of loyalty, I would say voice that to him. If you want to break it off with him because you don't want to get your heart broke, you can also voice that to him, because a lot of guys, you know what I mean, when they got someone that's holding on to them, two things happen. They either love you to death and they're going to marry you right when they get out. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. They're either going to marry you right when they get out, or what's going to happen is they're going to want to be with other women because of the fact that, you know, they've been down for so long. So it's just something that you got to have a conversation with him about. I went to Brooks DeBartolo High School on 15th and Fowler. I went to Chamberlain High School on North Boulevard. Both of them in North Tampa. I can't do nothing if it's lagging. I got Comcast Wi-Fi. I don't know. The next piece of equipment I want to buy is probably a laptop. Like a nice, you know, laptop. I still haven't even hooked up the microphone yet. I can't figure it out. What gangs are running the show in Boston? It's all hoods out here, bro. It's not really blood and Crip like that. It's mostly hoods. For bro that just got out for probation, let me slide back up. Rock Tech. What I did on probation, I took probation. You know, I used to tell myself I'd never take probation because I know I fail. I took probation because my girl at the time was pregnant, and I knew that I would be making it so I have no option but to succeed. I have no option but to get a job and be responsible. If you can learn how to create an income legally, you're not going to look into ways to create an income illegally. If you take the time and the effort to actually secure a job, once you have that job, everything becomes effortless. Everything starts coming to you. What I was doing is I had a debit card and a credit card. I used my credit card all week long, pay it off at the end of the week. Do the same thing, build my credit up. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been in debt. I still don't have any debt. Every one of my bills is on automatic payment. I've never missed a payment. And the money coming in legally, bro. So I don't have anything to worry about. I don't have anything to stress. None of that. When you sit around waiting on somebody to come and buy weed from you or something, the amount of hours you spend just around waiting on that, you could be working at a place where you're getting paid for each hour. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to secure the bag legally, bro. The real scumbag. You was at something, bro, when I went PC. Because I knew people that were going PC and still getting smashed in PC. When did I go PC? Because everybody knew me as something. Who are you? The real scumbag. That's a good name for you, huh? Let me scroll all the way back down to the bottom. I can't even get to the bottom now because it keeps going. Gusca Blanco, appreciate you. Shout out to you. I grow soil. I don't grow hydro because I like being more hands-on with the plants. What happened to Scumbag, though? Did he reply? He said he was at something and I went PC. I weren't PC. I know that. Were you at something, though? What dorm you was in? Gabe Rod sent something. I didn't see it. Shout out to you, bro. I had scrolled up, so I probably missed a couple of things. I heard you can do better with hydro. I just really wanted to be more hands-on with my plants so I can understand them instead of having something do it for me. You know what I mean? In the future, once I more or less master the plants, I'll probably go hydro. But for now, I really like being hands-on with it. Danielle, shout out to Compton. What's my DC number? I'm not gonna put that out there like that. Y'all just gotta search me up, bro. Y'all gotta put the work in. Shout out to Chicago. You got 648 viewers, but only 211 likes. So y'all really don't even like me. Y'all just watch me. That's crazy. Y'all gotta get the likes to at least 500. I just started flowering. I'm in like the 3rd day of flowering right now. I got into growing by just watching YouTube. Milk Dud, yeah. I've seen your question like 40 times, yeah. If you hear it most likely from a rapper that's affiliated, that's what it is. I have two 600-watt LEDs next to each other. I really don't want to focus too much on the growing aspect just because I don't know how that correlates to, you know, being 21 and up because it's not everywhere in the States. So I try to focus more on like prison related topics. You feel me? I'm going to end it when I run out of water. Prison questions, prison street, whatever. Just not about weed anymore. I'm 24 years old. I ain't gonna end the live right now. Yeah, so I do have ads. The only video that I have that's 100% monetized is Florida Prison TOH. All of my other videos are limited ads or no ads, but they're all limited because I'm still getting revenue off of it. It's just because of the content. So what I'm going to try to do in the future is a divided video into 2 halves. One half will be more savage. One half will be more positive. So you get both ends of the spectrum. But that way, one video can be monetized completely and one video won't be monetized because, you know, when I have people on here for interviews that speak on their stories, I also want to put something in their pocket as well, not just me. You know what I mean? Ryan Taylor, I never came across Cowboy. I heard Cowboy got arrested back in the day, but I heard stories about Cowboy, how he would take like half a can of dip and put it in his mouth and beat inmates to death. I heard about Cowboy. The first thing I ate when I got out was a Publix sub. If y'all from Florida, y'all know what Publix is. I had Sprite, chips. It was like one of those sub things that come in a big circle and it's all different kind of like cuts. Brando is my brother. That's my brother right there. So if that answers your question. Yeah, Publix go hard. Publix will give you as much as you want. They're not stingy either. Y'all got to get them likes up to 500, man. My favorite job in the pen, I never had a job because I was so damn bad in there. So I was assigned to just sweep the dorm. I never got to work on the fields or nothing like that. Yeah, Brando a member. I told y'all, Brando my brother. Brando real deal. Super Maeda, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I'm getting that dunks in the morning. Give me some munchkins. Am I religious? Nah. If anything, I'm more spiritual. Religion was all written by man. I'm not going to follow man. Nebraska Ave. That's a wild spot in Tampa, bro. I got to find out who is. Y'all talking about Brando so much. Hang on. Hang on. Brando, they keep talking about you, bro. I'm going to send this to a snap right now. They keep talking about you, bro. They want to know what's up with you. Hey, if y'all want Brando to jump on an interview, y'all comment Brando's name right now. I want to see Brando's name on them. They keep talking about you, bro. Look at that man. They keep talking about you, bro. Hey, he going to love that. I appreciate y'all. See? Got Brando on the snap. Yeah. Send that right to him. Now, y'all don't go asking for my Snapchat. My Snapchat is personal. Snapchat is just for people that are real close to me, family, things like that. Versus my Instagram, everybody can holler at me. You feel me? But yeah, Brando gonna love that. Watch this. I had police reach out to me. I've had correctional officers reach out to me. One of the best conversations I've had has been with an ex-correctional officer, law enforcement. I don't hate them as a whole. It's specific actions that I hate. Anybody can be respectable. Anybody can have a job and take care of their family. At the end of the day, I have to give you a reason, more or less, to come at me. There's situations where police will abuse their badge and do things out of pocket, but in my experience on the street, most police never bothered me unless I was doing something I wasn't supposed to. You know what I mean? Shout out to Melbourne, Florida. I see you, Mikey. Women locked up before and after? Nah, I've never spoken to Tier Talk Corrections. I've heard about him through Bounce Back B's video. I don't have respect for him. He's like one of those COs that act like when they get the little badge and a walkie-talkie, his manhood gets bigger or something. Like, those are the COs I'm talking about that just abuse their power and act like there's something big and bad now. I'm white privileged. There was times when it was actually opposite, where I was targeted just for being white. I spent a lot of time in mostly black neighborhoods, so that was a reason a lot of COs would, well, not COs, but police would come at me because of that. You know what I mean? Because they're assuming that I'm there for drugs or something. Yeah, y'all keep hitting that like button until we hit 500, man. Yeah, I've had Pruno, but we don't call it Pruno. We just call it wine. Brian Simpson. Yeah, I've heard of the Stanford Prison Experiment. Wasn't it a movie? I think I saw it. I don't know who Tom McDonald is. You from Florida, where the perms at? Hayes, if you want to get perms, if you in Tampa, Rob the jeweler. That was my jeweler that did my teeth back in the day when I was getting pullouts. If you go down to Broward, you got to go see Kelly. I don't really know about After Prison Show. I never really got in tune with it. Death was the first one that stood out to me, and I've been rocking with him since. A wine making video isn't that simple because it takes time to make wine. You also gotta burp it. It stinks. It tastes disgusting. You get drunk though. I spoke on my tattoos in the last live video. How to maintain mental sharpness while in prison. Keep feeding your mind. It's the same thing as working out. When you work out, you build your muscle. You got to work your mind out. You got to read. You got to educate. You got to stay focused. You need to be militant minded. You need to drill yourself with positive information on how to move. If you want to get diamond teeth, though, you got to go to Johnny. I think he's in Dallas or Houston. But TV Johnny got the best diamonds. Hey, shout out to Australia. Yeah, I know about Cutthroat. I was going to bring a guest on tonight. It didn't work out. Hopefully, we're able to do that tomorrow. Nah, I never had to keister anything. Where I was at, only certain people did that. You got to think, there was never really a reason to keister anything unless you were on a work squad trying to bring something in. Once you have it in, you can hide it in places besides that. Yeah, I've been to Brockton before. My baby shower was in Brockton. All I know is Cape Verdeans, bro. Was there ever a time I needed books on my waist? What do you mean by that? Like making a bodysuit so you don't get stabbed? I never had to do that. Nah, bro. I don't be on the drugs like that, bro. I'm not even gonna really get into that conversation because y'all talking about these drugs as if y'all like fiending for them. When I meet my favorite celeb, I'm gonna pass out because if I see Rihanna in person, I'm not gonna be able to talk. Is it harder being a white? Yeah, it's hard being anything white in Florida. Period. But to be accepted by another race, it speaks volumes. Nah, I never had to armor up or nothing like. I never did that. I just go at it. Yeah, we made a lot of good food in there. Like canteen wise, yeah. We used to get down in the county too. We would take a whole table and make something, that covered the whole table and a whole bunch of people in the dorm we'd feed. My brother Ragu, sometimes he would win big in the poker game, make a huge thing, and then he would basically call everybody that he knows doesn't have family talking to him, doesn't have any money, and just feed all the underdogs in there. He was a real good dude, bro. He used to look out for a lot of people, and that's what kept a lot of people from either staying out of his business or not telling on him because he took care of everybody. Bro, you black, shut up. Levi, you crazy, bro. I don't know what TMI gang is. Too much information. There's a golf team at Chamberlain. Not when I was there. At Chamberlain, I used to have the police officers that worked there chasing me on the golf cart because I'd hit the fence and try to run back to the Springs and chill and go smoke. You can ask Levi about that. Or we'd all be up at the library fighting, the city discount. We'd be dicing inside of the laundromat up there. Those some good memories though. I've been to Brandon. Did I ever protect someone that was getting bullied? If they were under me, yes. If you weren't under me, no. I'm not going to put my neck out for somebody that has no affiliation to me. If you're not willing to stand up for yourself, nobody's really going to do anything for you. Now, if you're under me, associated with me, cool with me, yeah, you were straight. Yeah, big shout out Sulphur Springs. You already know, bro. When I really used to throw a drag. Show my face scar. It's right here. You can't really see it like that. If you was in person, you can clearly see it, but the camera ain't gonna pick it up like that. You don't get a charge if you're caught with a knife. You get 60 days of confinement for possession of a weapon. So it ain't even that big of a deal, bro. I played a lot of taunt. Hell yeah, especially in juvenile. A lot of taunt. I like chess though. I really like chess. Real strategic. There's not really any TOHs outside of prison, bro. I'm a Virgo. Yeah, I think K Frog official. I've been said that. I follow K Frog on Instagram. I never played cell to cell chess because that's too goddamn complicated. But I've played chess where we made the board out of paper and pieces out of paper and stuff like that before too. How much does a pound go out my way? I don't know, bro. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't think I could buy pounds at the dispensary. Is it lagging or is it just that I'm not talking? Brandon Strickland, I appreciate you. Nah, I've never been to Vegas, but I want to go. The only person that, like, I was in county jail with Tebe from Tampa. Did the lag fix? I don't know if it just went out real quick or something like that. Hopefully it doesn't do too much. Paul Jason, you a goofy, bro. Everybody type in Paul Jason a goofy. Straight goofy. Goofy goober. Come on here with that stupidity. I wasn't from Maplewood or Bowdoin. I used to be around the hell they called? I forget what the project's name was. I think it started with an L. Oh, Linden Projects. Linden. I hang out down by Linden, but I go up to Granada Highlands to play basketball and all that. Prison's definitely worse than county. I only did one prison bid. That's it. I'm done. Yeah, man. Free everybody in the chain gang for real. Kyle, shout out to you, bro. I know a lot of your people for real. A lot of them. I know a lot of them. You dropped the soap in the county. That's not good, bro. And our county, we get like a bottle of soap. It's liquid soap. Nah, who is Slim? There was one vice lord inside of prison, but other than that, they're not deep. That's more like Chicago out west. All right, bro. I'm gonna check my DM after I jump off. Janessa, I just be as supportive as you can and take it slow, because even 5 years, everything is gonna be pretty overwhelming. Just do your best to not put too much at them at one time. Try to keep them on a schedule, because in prison it's a very organized schedule and people somewhat make all the decisions for you. So when you got all that responsibility just dropped on top of you when you get out, it can be tough when you get out. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to Texas, Eduardo. Shout out Youngstown, Ohio. I spoke on my chain in the last video. It's nice, huh? Nah, I never met any Hawaiians. That's a long way from Florida. When I EOS, I moved up to Boston immediately. So I got myself into a recovery type center, because places that are more or less designed for people that get out of prison, I couldn't get in because I wasn't convicted in Massachusetts. So I had to go into more of a recovery based program, and then I bounced around in sober houses until I got myself together. Yeah, when I first got out, I was like 160 pounds, bro. Nah, we don't have 3 strikes in Florida. We don't have that. Shout out to Duval. I'm in Boston. Yeah, some county jails are bad in Florida. Duval County Jail in Jacksonville, that's a tough jail. 33rd in Orlando is tough. Dade County Jail is probably the toughest out of any in Miami. Put you in Dade County Jail and someone will give you a pair of shoes when you get in there, and you might have to fight everybody you're in there with. They're gonna line you up. You're fighting multiple people. Sick Ram on 30s Gonzalez. This was the goofy that said I didn't know TK. Talking about he went and spoke to TK on Instagram. I don't even know why you on my live, bro. You a professional troll. We should go live together just so I can see what you look like, bro. Nah, this came from Ray's Golden Cash in Miami. This isn't Leary's. This isn't Daniels. This is Ray's Golden Cash. Hey, shout out to Maverick Street, Easty, bro. Nah, we can keep the trolls, cause I'll just let y'all get on the trolls for real. We can keep them in there. They just gonna expose themselves, and then y'all can say what y'all want to say. I never heard about Indiana being soft. I don't know how you can call a whole state soft. I don't think it works like that. Hey, shout out to Sacramento, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I don't think you can make colored ink in prison, but how you make regular ink, or how we used to do it, is you basically burn soot. So inside of the steel toilet papers, it'll have a circle where you put the toilet paper roll. You can burn chess pieces, you can burn whatever you want. You can burn certain medications like ointments. When you burn it, the residue left over, that's the soot. And you can get like eye drop bottles, and you would put it basically inside of there. You would take alcohol wipes and squeeze out the alcohol, put that in there with the soot, and you drop a little rock in there and close it and shake it up. And that's kind of like how you make the ink. And then when you take the ink, you drop it in the toilet. If when the ink hits the toilet, if the ink spreads out, it's not going to stick. If the ink hits the toilet and stick and it just drops down to the bottom, then you know you got good ink. Like you see that ink. That ink stuck. It's stuck good. Boston wasn't soft back in the 80s. Boston isn't soft now. You can get whooped anywhere. Hey, Maverick, hit me up on Insta, bro. I ain't never really been out to Eastie like that, but I'm down to slide through. I'll link up with real ones anywhere. I don't think moving back to Florida would be smart now that I had this channel. Nah, I only got Instagram, bro. I don't got Facebook. Is my chain full gold? Yeah. Levi, I don't even want to let them know, bro, because if they really in tune with the movement, if they go on my Instagram and they see what I'm throwing up and they see the symbolism, they would know the answer to that question. But if they can't figure it out, I'm not just gonna lay it out for them. I'm gonna make them work for it. The same whip that YNW Melly pushing, the same whip that I'm pushing. It's the same thing. He said in my BD, nah, bro. What's my Insta? It's gonna be in the description. 1090_Jake. How many $150s did I see? I can't even put a number on that, bro. People were getting hit up multiple times a day. Every day. Nah, I don't got grills right now. I used to have grills when I was young. All right, big bro. Hell yeah. Shoot me that. New Waves Media. Yeah. Yeah. The worst prison I went to? Either Lancaster or Appalachia, bro. They were both messed up spots. More people died at Appalachia. Nah, I don't put family members out there like that, bro. Because I got people that don't like me, and I'm not gonna have my people at risk. You run into me, I can handle that. I'm not putting other family members in that same situation. That pit look exactly like me. If y'all go on my Instagram and check the mugshot. Yeah, free Goo. Goo released that in 2057. And free my dog Meek. His release date like 2040 right now. Yeah, I know Big Herc. I spoke to Big Herc on Instagram. He good people. Yeah, I was banging way before I got locked up. Y'all want to ask anything about my past? Y'all ask Levi. He right there. Right there. Levi, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Walpole is a reception center now. Walpole isn't what it used to be. My grandfather did time in Walpole in like the 70s or the 80s. Yeah, all y'all shout out Levi, man. Levi, you got to drop your Instagram. They can hit you up on Instagram too, bro. Sit Ram on 30s Gonzalez. You so goofy, bro. Straight lame. People be having fake profiles just to come on here and troll. It's crazy. Yeah, I did shrooms. I love shrooms. Honestly, like it made me feel positive as if it was an antidepressant, bro. I thought shrooms was amazing. Hey, y'all go follow my dog Levi on Instagram, bro. I'm gonna just drop my phone. Y'all go follow Levi. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. They said what? Yeah, I give Levi a wrench. I just don't know how to give him a wrench. That's the only thing. I don't know how to do it. But I'll definitely give him one. Y'all go follow bro. Right there. That's my dog from high school. My biggest hustle before jail, I was a stick-up kid. Nah, I never fought in the shower. That in the comments is going crazy. Y'all get it up to 500 likes, man. We have 481 right now. Y'all get it up there. Why everybody keep asking how tall I am? How do I feel about BMC? So what I wanted to do is I was gonna this winter, I'm gonna be making EOS hoodies. And what I was planning on doing with some of the money from donations was getting a whole bunch of hoodies made, pulling up by BMC where you know all the homeless addicts are at, and giving out everybody hoodies, making sure everybody's warm for the winter. That's something that I wanted to do this upcoming winter. Cause it's tough out there, bro. Hey, Brando writing me back right now. Nah, I'm not short at all, bro. I'd be open to doing more videos with 23 and 1. It's just on him, you know what I mean? If y'all want to see that though, y'all can reach out to him. Levi's Instagram is Fat Man Levi. Shout out Amarillo, Texas, bro. My nickname was my last name in prison. Everybody knew me as my last name because that's what the COs call you. Ooh, we got 525 likes. Okay. How would I feel about having a fan that's a Crip? I know some Crips that's my dogs. That got my utmost respect. GDs too, BDs too. I know people from every circle, bro. We were all in the prison together, bro. All of us. We weren't separated, and at times, not all of us was at war. So it's a mutual respect. Y'all just going back and forth with each other, huh? If someone comes in the pod that's different set, it depends on what type of terms the gangs is on. If everybody's cool and straight, if we're at war, yeah, they're gonna get hit up first quarter. This man just said he's selling something that he shouldn't have said on YouTube. You're tripping. Hey Levi, they really thought so, bruh. They really thought so. They was on me heavy at Chamberlain. They thought I had everything in Chamberlain. Kicker freestyle. I can't rap, bruh. I just can't. I wish I could. I'm not from Boston. I'm not originally from Boston. I live in Boston. I live in Dorchester. Glizzy G. I want Artem to win. But if Paulie wins, I want McGregor to fight him. Nah, I don't follow hockey. I want to go to my first hockey game, though, just to see a fight. Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me to write a book. I've been considering it. Yeah, they've been asking some crazy questions. Nah, I've never heard of Walton Correctional Facility in Florida. Hey, Stone 86, have a blessed night, bro. Appreciate you for tuning in. I've only driven through New York, but I'm going to link up with some people from New York real soon. Yeah, I fought since jail. I fought when I first moved over to where I live at now. I spoke on California politics in the last live. Y'all got to check the last live for that. Of course, I'm happy to be out of prison. These comments are flying. I fought someone out here just because, you know what I mean? I probably didn't really need to, but I pushed the issue just because I moved out here and wanted to more or less put on real quick. So, buddy got smashed. Nah, I never lost no fight out here. I almost got jumped at Dudley Station. but that was like 15 people. So nah, not allegedly. I fought. I whooped them. Nah, I don't work at the smoke shop no more. It was a good little spot, but yeah, Dudley lit. Dudley Street crazy. You said felony and y'all be throwing that snitch word around. Y'all ain't even saying it to me. You talking about another YouTube channel, bro. You really should just look into stuff because a lot of people's information is public if they told. Y'all can really figure that out. Y'all shouldn't just put those titles on people like that. But yeah, Dudley Street Wild, bro. It's very well known. Yeah. Specifically the spot I stay at. Oh, you stayed on East Cottage? Okay, you right around the corner. I would do an interview with a former CO if he had the right state of mind. I'm not gonna get on here and argue with somebody, but if he got the right state of mind, I'd be open to it. I'm gonna try to drop the interview tomorrow with my dog, or at least record it tomorrow and then figure out the editing. Nah, not the one with TK. This is gonna be my brother Red Light. My ultimate goal with this channel is inside of the description. Johnny Hernandez, that's real. I love a Lamborghini, all red. Straight up. You gotta get the Lambo. Why do they smoke K2 in Florida so much? Because you can't get drug tested for it. They have drug tests for it, but because the ingredients always switch up, they're not accurate, so they can't be legally used against you. So a lot of people will smoke it for the reason that they can get away with it. But it's become a lot more dangerous now. Yeah, I smoked K2 before. I've had different experiences because it's never the same thing. I had one time where I was seeing different colors and I felt like I was gonna die. I've had other times where it was just funny, like weed, you know what I mean? But it's always a different situation. Yeah, that Tunchi, that 2 Chainz. JD need to get a life, a job, a girlfriend, or something. Yeah, y'all can Google gang knowledge. Y'all can just Google it. You could be dubbed like everybody else. How was the weed in jail? It was bomb. You become so sober, like you become so cleaned out that the littlest amount of anything will get you right. Mr. Nice Guy, yeah. I had another one, WTF. It had a picture of Fidel Castro sitting on the toilet. That one was crazy. What do I think of 6ix9ine? It's lame, bro. He blew up off of other people, you know? You blew up off of other people's image and everything backfired on them. But hey, we at 131 right now. I'm finna jump off for this live. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Big shout out to all y'all. Y'all go add my dog Levi on Instagram, Fat Man Levi. We're gonna try to drop that interview tomorrow. Start banging out some more interviews. I'm holding off on my story because I'm really trying to bring in specific people that are part of the storyline so that we can both present the story together. If it doesn't work out, I'll be continuing with the story. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me. Shout out to all y'all, man.